And we're live again, giving it another try. We had some logistical problems the first time I went live a few minutes ago, so we're going to try this again. I hope you are with me. I hope you'll be joining in. I am broadcasting to you from the outskirts of Houston, Texas. And we had to move some things about so I could come to you. And the table is a little crooked, so I hope that you can see me properly because I have some very important things to share with you today. So wherever you are in the world, I am very happy you're here, and I'm very curious where you're watching from. So if you want to chime in, are you in the United States? Are you in Europe? Are you watching from the Middle East, South America, Canada, the Far East? So I would love for you to write me where you're watching from. So we are on day 4 out of 8 days of discussing journeys for moms. For those of you who have watched earlier in the week, I have shared the self-care journey for moms on Tuesday, the nutrition and the cooking journey on Wednesday, the parenting journey on Thursday, and today I'm going to be sharing the fitness journey and how you can design your own fitness journey on your own for 2020. So I'm going to talk about the running journeys that I've designed for myself and then followed through on. I'm going to talk about the walking journeys that I designed for myself. I'm going to talk about the yoga journeys. And if we have time, I'll talk about the swimming journeys as well. So you can design your own fitness journeys in 2022. I know you can, and I'm going to show you how. Okay, so quick, it's very windy out here, and we may have visitors because I have not done an outdoor live broadcast in a while. So they'll just roll with whatever comes. So a quick recap on the 8 journeys of a mama's life. So we have the parenting journey, we have the marriage and relationship journey, we have the self-care and spirituality journey, we have the nutrition and cooking journey, we have the home organization journey, the business and family finance journey, the child education journey, and the fitness journey. 8 journeys. These 8 journeys have literally saved my life and brought me out of my own personal darkness into the light and helped me create a roadmap into magical mothering experience. I want to share it with you. I want you to have that goodness too. So listen up, moms. Mothering does not have to be mundane, and mothering does not have to be mediocre. I recall myself standing there when my babies were younger, between the huge pile of laundry piles waiting to be folded and the piles of dishes waiting to be washed, and the baby that needs a diaper change, and the older child who needs help with solving a math problem or whatever, and thinking there must be more to this mothering experience than this. There simply must be. This can't be it. It's too hard, and it's not pleasant, and I needed to figure out how to change that. Okay, so my journeys have helped me bring magic into my own mothering. They help me find joy on the inside, not from the outside. They help me realize that I am the creator, the curator of my own mothering experience. And often it takes a mind shift and a roadmap to take to take a mom into magic land. So that's what I'm here to share today. All right, so let's talk about fitness a little bit. So in my last videos, I shared how ill I became after giving birth to our 5th child. I lost my balance completely. like zero balance, like couldn't get up from the sofa and walk to get a cup of water with 5 babies and young children around. Just picture it. So as I was sitting down to design a healing journey for me, because often you and only you can heal you and be your best and number one advocate for your health. So I was sitting to design my own healing journey, and I knew that movement has to be a part of that healing plan. So in my opinion, if you are not moving, you're not really living, or rather you're missing out on something so critical and so magical and so healing that I beg you to reconsider. So movement is, and it should be, an inseparable part of our human existence. Any movement, walking, running, dancing, jumping rope, sit-ups, push-ups, playing tag with the kids, tennis, pickleball, which I discovered in all the campgrounds we're staying at, just moving. So if you are on a journey to bring back joy into your life, then movement should absolutely be a part of that journey to joy, because it relieves our daily mama stress. It gives us time to organize our thoughts. Movement releases good chemicals in our bloodstreams and can get us, help us feel balanced and grounded again. So you know this, don't you? I think you do. And the tricky part about incorporating movement in our mama life is time and someone to care for the kids while we're moving. So let's talk about finding time. The bad news is that in the next 5 to 10 years, there will be no time for you to do anything for yourself, including fitness. Let's make peace with that. There won't be, because you are mothering. You're mothering cubs or children or teens. There won't be hours to spare or just time presented to you on a silver platter, because there's simply too much to do when you're mothering kids. But the good news is that you can and probably should make time or take time or claim time, because it is critical for our mental and physical health. So how do you claim time for fitness? So you sit your family down in a family meeting and you share that a change is about to take place in the family, and mom is going to be taking time for herself to nourish herself, so she'll be able to continue the important work of nourishing everyone else. Okay? So it may take a few family meetings to get this message across, but from my experience, eventually they get it. So let's say you decide on a fitness journey, okay? And we're going to discuss a few examples in a minute. So you can share with the family what journey you've chosen. Have you chosen a swimming journey? Have you chosen a walking journey? Maybe playing squash with a friend weekly, maybe tennis, maybe running, maybe yoga. And for how long are you going to engage in it? Is this going to be a 7-day journey, 20-day journey, 100-day journey? And also share with them who your accountability partner is going to be. Is it going to be your husband, your partner, maybe the kids, maybe a mom friend? So every journey needs an accountability partner in order to ensure completion, someone to hold you accountable. And then you share with them when you plan to embark and to begin counting the days. So they're not going to like it. Be ready for that. No one likes it when mom is not available, do they? Ooh, it's windy. It's a downgrade for them as far as they're concerned. What do you mean you're not going to be available to help us solve all our problems and fill all our needs 24/7? But you're always available. What's going on? No, siree, things are about to change, you tell them. Mama is going to take care of mama. So this is going to be an ongoing conversation. This is not a quick fix, because even if they get it during your talk, in practice, they're not going to love it. Not at first. It takes time for everyone to make adjustments to mama leaving the house to work out or go to a different room to practice yoga without interruptions. But honestly, this is a must for your emotional and for your physical health. Even prisoners in prison get a break, a few breaks a day to go out into the sun and move around. So movement is critical. Don't you think that moms deserve this basic human right as well? I do. So when do you actually do the fitness session? So there are a few options. Let's discuss them. So one option is waking up early in the morning between 5 and 7 a.m. if you're able to wake up early. For me, in some seasons, I can do it. Other seasons, not so much. You can go out. You can meet the sunrise and do your fitness session. Those are awesome hours that I know many moms take advantage of. If your kids are in school, as soon as you drop them off, you have another opportunity for a fitness session. Another option is taking the kids after school to a playground where you can see them and still get your walk or your run or your fitness in while they're in sight. Me and my husband did that for many months in our old house. And another option is in the evening when your partner or a babysitter or grandma can watch the kids, or maybe you have an older teen that can watch them. So mom can go, or after they go to sleep, which is actually the time of day that I absolutely do not like to work out because, hello, fatigue. So the options are there, but they will not be presented to you generously by anyone. That's just the nature of being a mom. Nobody's going to give you free time. That doesn't work that way. You must claim it for yourself and for your sanity. Okay, so I'd love to for you to chime in. Is what I'm saying resonating with you? Is this making sense? Is this something that is going on in your life right now as well? Are you having a hard time finding time for fitness? I'd love for you to chime in the comments. So it's important for me to stress that engaging in movement for the sake of losing weight, for the sake of fitting into your jeans from age 16, or just being skinny mini, is not a part of Journeys for Moms, because we're focusing on self-love. We're not about changing ourselves to fit some sort of societal standard or looking like the models on the cover of a magazine. We're mothers. And that's nonsense that I and maybe you engaged in our 20s, maybe in our 30s. But it's time to grow up, and we need to learn to love what is. Love what is. When you move, you do your daily movement with the thoughts of, I must get skinny. I must lose weight. I am so fat. I am ugly. I hate me. You are, in essence, engaging in self-sabotage. Do you understand that? When you move with the attitude of, I love me. I am gifting me this walk. I'm gifting myself this run. My body is amazing. It carried 5 babies. It literally created 5 new human beings from nothing. It gives me so much daily. I can breathe, I can run, I can eat and digest food and do a million other things. Amazing. It's like magic. When you engage in fitness with this attitude, you are engaging in self-love. And guess what? A body that receives self-love every single day through your thoughts, through your actions, is going to reciprocate it to you. And it's going to amplify that love back to you. So, only thoughts of self-love when we work out. You are amazing. Your bodies are amazing. Let's celebrate that by engaging in physical movement and physical fitness every single day, even for 5 minutes. Okay, so would you like to hear about the fitness journeys that I have undertaken through the years? There have been many of them, some with better luck, others were a big flop. And hopefully, maybe when I share it, you'll be inspired and get ideas on how to create your own fitness journey for 2020. Shall we do it? Chime in the comments. All right, so let's talk about walking. Okay, so walking is such an awesome and undervalued activity that I personally engage in daily. It's perfect for moms, simply because my own brain thinks better when my feet are moving. So I do all my planning on my daily walks. I problem solve and I troubleshoot while exploring nature on my walks. I think I got this from my mom. She's a walker too. She can walk miles and miles and miles with no problem. So back in my couch potato days, when I sat with my notebooks and I tried to plan a walking journey for myself, I decided to try out 100 miles of walking. So I thought it would be awesome to get some support from friends and family so that this transition is easier. So I opened a group called 100 Miles Journey. People started joining in. I wrote a post inviting friends to do with me a leg of the journey. And immediately I had volunteers. Oh, things are opening on my computer, just a sec. Okay. So I started walking. Day 1, I walked 1 mile and reported to the group. Day 2, it was a weekend, so I walked 2 and 3, mile 2 and 3. Day 3, I walked with a mama volunteer from the group. Her name is Anna. Day 4, I walked another mile with another volunteer named Anastasia. Day 5, I walked with my friend Anat. Day 6, I walked with my friend Hila, and so on until I reached 100 miles. I committed to finishing this project off by running a 5K race. The entire purpose of this journey for me was to get me moving and get me prepped for my running journey. So D-Day arrived. I finished 100 miles of walking. I had friends on legs of the journey, and I ran the 5K race in our town with my oldest son. Oh, just a second, I just lost something. I am engaging with the elements, and it is very windy here. Okay, so was it easy to run a 5K run? Keep in mind, I started from being completely stagnant, completely a couch potato. So no, it wasn't easy because I'm an overweight person. So no physical fitness comes easy to me. And also, many of these miles were done in freezing cold weather. So I just layered up and I got outside. And having the accountability group made all the difference, because otherwise I simply wouldn't. I knew that they were waiting for me to tell them about my progress. So this was completed. I ran the 5K. It was rewarding. And I have since done many 100-day journeys, walking journeys. It's so much a part of my life that I just don't count the days anymore, because there's not a day that goes by that I will not walk. And my family knows that. And it's just a fact of our life that mama walks. Okay, let's move on to the next fitness journey, and that is a running journey, purely running. So running as a parent it's a little bit complicated, right? Oh, I'm getting loves, yay, because you have kids. And this is something that single people are not always going to understand, okay? Because if you embark on a 100-mile running journey, sometimes your kids are going to be running alongside you. The same if you embark on a 100-mile swimming project, because your kids may swim alongside of you because you're a mom. So your fitness journey, it may turn out to be a little messy and not exactly as you envisioned it, but you just have to show up every day and get your bleep done. So going back to my story, I decided on 100 miles of running journey that's gonna culminate in me and my friend Alana doing the Jersey Girl Triathlon. So when I do a fitness journey, I often like to have something big waiting for me at the end, like a big finale. So in this case, we decided to do the Jersey Girl Triathlon. Not easy for this overweight woman and mom of 5. So this was almost 9 years ago. Back then, I think I was a mom of 3 and pregnant with number 4. So I've done this journey several times, the 100-mile journey, with different partners, with a mama friend, with my husband, with my mom as being my accountability partners. Just got to find someone who cares and is going to hold you accountable and not let you quit. Keep in mind that you're not going to look like the running models that you see in magazines. And more often than not, you're not going to look like the athletic young women running alongside you in the park or on the beach. And I had to make peace with the fact that I am obese, but I'm moving. And I'm creating a change in my life. And that is not easy to do. And I'm going to be running in parallel to other people who are hard workers and trying to create a change in their lives, I assume. And I have worked hard and persisted in this 100-mile project, and I have a happy ending to this project. These were my conclusions. And another conclusion was that my kids are going to be watching this triathlon. They're going to be watching. So what will their 10 little eyes see? What do they see when they see me, a big woman running? Well, I hope they see a warrior mom. I hope they see a mom who's not letting her size stop her. I hope they see a mom who's not hiding behind closed doors because she's fat. I hope they see a mom who's walking the walk and not just talking the talk. So I was feeling scared and brave at the same time throughout this running journey. And I'm going to share with you what I wrote in my journal. I found it today as I was diving into all of my writings in order to try to remember and recall all the journeys so I could share them with you. I wrote back then in my journal, please, universe, I need this little big accomplishment in order to move on and conquer the next mountain. And guess what? I did it. Day after day after day, I showed up. And when I couldn't, I showed up the next day. Because this was my roadmap for me. And because I committed to an accountability partner who's holding me accountable. And because I matter to me. And because I must love me because before I can love my family and my friends. And because I matter to me. So this is the behind the scenes of the running journey. One of the many 100 miles of running journeys that I've done through the years. And I'm doing this these days too. Okay, you ready to hear about another fitness journey? Let's talk about the yoga journey. So when I first wanted to try out yoga, I wrote in my journal the following. Woo! Lots of wind here, so forgive me for a sec. The This is what I wrote. I saw on the YMCA class schedule a class called Rock Your Vinyasa. And I said to Guy that I'm going for it. Basically, it's a class that combines yoga poses with modern music. Let me tell you that this was not easy. Who knew that you can sweat cats and dogs just by standing in a pose and breathing? I obviously don't have a yoga mat yet, so I used the Pilates mat that they had in the room, but still, I am excited that my journey into the world of yoga has officially begun, and drum roll, tomorrow I'm going back for more. Did I enjoy it? No. It was hard, and it was painful. Do I think I will learn to enjoy it as I improve and practice? Absolutely. So this is my journal entry from back, I believe it was 8 years ago. And 8 years later, yoga has become my favorite physical activity because it is soul food as well. So if you haven't tried it, go try it. Find your local yoga studio and try it. It is perfect for moms. So given that I had to mother 5 cubs through the years, getting out of the house is not easy, right? It's not simple. It's almost impossible on most days because my husband was working and I was alone with him. So I had to figure out, how do I create a yoga journey for me at home? I'm my own coach. That's how this Journeys for Mom business works. So I sat down to tailor a yoga journey. So do you remember the steps to designing any journey? Step 1, what's the thing you're gonna do? What's the thing you're gonna add? Step 2, decide on the length of the journey. Step 3, find an accountability partner. And step 4, embark and count the days. So I decided on 100 hours of yoga. That was the journey I decided on. Just a second, things are flying. It doesn't matter. You can do 100 sessions of yoga, 100 hours of yoga. It really doesn't matter. So for my 100 hours of yoga, I did different things through the years, and I'll share them with you. So at first, I did yoga with Adrienne. Are you familiar with that? It's a YouTube channel with literally hundreds of yoga videos by the amazing Adrienne. And I did her videos whenever I could during the week. And I would text my accountability partner every time I completed a session, and she would do the same with me. This is completely free and on YouTube. Then later on, when I needed a break from yoga with Adrienne, I tried yoga on Gaia. So Gaia is this awesome yoga platform with terrific teachers. I think I paid back then like $3 a month or something like that. And I would choose a teacher and do a full session with that teacher, and it was awesome. And the other option to get my yoga hours in for the 100 hours of yoga journey was the local yoga studio. So when I needed more motivation and when my husband was around and I could get out, I went to our local yoga studio in town. Again, every class I took there was considered 1 hour session in my 100 hours of yoga journey. And then I sent a text, an update to my accountability partner that this was completed. So these were my yoga journeys, and they still are. I still go through the same process in order to practice yoga and bring that magic into my life. I think yoga is perfect, absolutely perfect for moms. It's an amazing workout, but more importantly, it's soul food, and it's so healing for the mama soul. Just to balance you out, to ground you, to anchor you. It's like medication, but just in the best medication, at least for me. Let's talk about one last journey. I'm going to sneak it in, although it's starting to be a long broadcast. So let's talk about the swimming journey. Okay, so at some point I decided I'm going to try to do a swimming journey, 100 miles of swimming. So keep in mind that 1 mile of swimming equals 64 laps in the pool. 64 laps. That's not easy. And I needed to do 100 miles times 64 laps. So the reason I chose this is because my feet were hurting. When you're overweight, you have foot pain often. So I needed to find something that's low impact fitness regime. And swimming just made sense. So I was finding it challenging to get to the pool. It's much harder to get to the pool than to go out for a run. Because think about it, every time I leave the house, Guy has to stay with 5 kids. And back then it was 5 kids ages 2 to 10. That's not easy. And every time Guy goes to work out, I have to stay with 5 kids. It's not hard. And my goal originally was to swim 2 miles per week. So this journey was a little bit too complicated for us as a family logistically. And although I love swimming, I didn't complete this journey. And you're going to see that you're not going to be able to complete every journey, but just show up every day for as long as you can. I think I managed to do 20 miles before quitting, or close to 20 miles before quitting, and going back to biking and walking. We're moms. This is not going to be easy. But if it is way, way, way too complicated, then it's just not the right sport or not the right movement for this season of your life. So as I was doing the 100 miles of swimming project, I wrote a text message to my accountability partner. And this is what I wrote. I am learning amazing things about my own body. 1, this body has abilities. 2, this body is not old. 3, this body has force. 4, this body loves movement. So, to summarize this fitness journey, nice sunshine. So good to be outside. I'm going to do this outside more often. Are you ready for a summary? And we're going to end the broadcast. So 1, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. That means gifting your body movement and motion is something that you simply got to do. This is not optional, mamas. You got to move every day. 2, nobody said that parenting is easy, and nobody said that fitness as a parent is going to be easy, because they're not. Neither of them is easy. They are both so hard. But they are both doable in baby steps. No big dramas. Just wake up in the morning, do what you need to do every day, step by step. 3, show up. Show up, mamas. Show up for your life. Show up in all your beauty and in all your power and in whatever mess your head and heart are in. Just show up. The mess is going to untangle as you start moving, and things are going to fall into place. I am willing to bet that you will always, 99% of the time, you're going to come back feeling better. Just get moving. 4, make time for you. Make time for self-care. Make time for fitness every day. Make time for loving you, because you cannot pour into your family's buckets if your own bucket is empty. So 2020 is knocking on our door, mamas. Can you hear it knocking? I can. May this be the year of movement for you and for me. May we never stop moving. May our legs carry us long and far. May our arms and our hands row through waters and box forever at the boxing bag of life. May our core and our abs get so strong that that nothing will ever stop us. May our backs grow firm and powerful and carry us upright and proud the rest of the journeys that await us. I wish you movement this year, mamas. Start today. I'm going to finish this broadcast and I'm going to do my daily walk. And then I'm going to do my few minutes of yoga. And I hope you will too. So over and out. Take care of mama. Until next time, I'll see you again very soon with the next journey. We're up to journey number 5 out of 8. Thank you for staying here, and please feel free to write your questions. I promise to address all of them. Bye-bye.